Geeks, check out our sponsor and one of my favorite new spots to get my toy fix, TF Basement. With great prices and lots of choices, my wallet is in big trouble. Make sure to visit their website, Instagram, and TikTok pages to stay up with the latest action figure arrivals like Transformers, G.I. Joe, Marvel Legends, and more. Also, use the code GeekHangover in all caps to get 5% off your entire purchase. Links are in the description. That's TF Basement. Make sure to check them out.
Uno, dos, Mark tres, let's go. What's up, geeks? We're here with the first figure in the Infinity Saga line that's starting to hit the streets. This is the Iron Man Mark III armor. This is the armor that he wore at the end of the first Iron Man movie, the one that he was fighting Obadiah Stane at the end. Well, I should say Ironmonger at the end, when he flew up into space and he didn't ice over. If you remember, the armor before, I believe is, I guess, the Mark II, had an icing issue. So he dealt with that in the Mark III. And that's why he had the idea to take Stane up into the upper atmosphere, because he knew his armor would freeze over. All right, so this has been hotly anticipated since this line was announced. Every year we get our special sideline of $5 higher Marvel Legends that we all go goggle over. So let's see if he's worth it. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the box. Tony Stark takes on the world's worst villains in the Mark III suit, a technological wonder equipped with a variety of stunning enhancements and upgrades. Alright, dope backdrop here. It's not Iron Man specific. You got symbols for Black Widow, the Avengers, Black Panther, Doctor Strange, Thor, Hulk, any Spider-Man there? See Captain America, Iron Man, Scarlet Witch, Captain Marvel. Oh yeah, there's Spider-Man. Oh yeah, so this is a dope backdrop. Make sure you don't throw it away. There he is in his plastic Hall of Armor. Ice-free armor, booty shot. So accessories, you see he comes with the open face helmet, then he's got his closed face helmet, and he's got his hands with the metal panels that come up. And that was one thing that I liked in the movie, when actually they would reveal the weapons that were hidden under the armor. Even though I like his nanotech armor, I kind of missed the actual armor that was more like an armored man. And here you got some missiles and another removable plate there. All right, so we have his missile launcher here. And you got his repulsor blasting hands that don't have holes for blast effects. And if I'm not mistaken, this is the armor piece that goes over his arm when you're shooting the missiles, or when he's shooting the missiles. That way it looks like it's actually opening up. I'll double check on that. And I'll have to assume that this is an armor piece that goes on his arm. And I'll form the head. All right, so all the action happens on his right arm. Left arm. This is solid and sealed. Doesn't open up. I thought it came up, but it does not. Buyer beware. These repulsor hands have no hinges. They're static. So you get no swivel, no movement. Unless you drop it. There he is. He looks good. I know I don't sound excited. We get a lot of Iron Man figures, so I'm not super excited. But he looks good. This is probably my favorite armor in the MCU. It takes you back to that first Iron Man where he was just bad A. Like, that was the first Marvel movie that was like, okay, they can do this. And I remember him walking, pulling out those rockets. He was just like a one-man wrecking crew. So let's take a moment to bask in his glory. Keith Lee. Alright, so there's a close-up of the rocket launcher. And there's a close-up of, I don't remember what that is. Is that a mini shield? Is it a communicator? I don't know. Kill me in the comments, but let me know what it is. And there he is, all incognito. Weapons? What weapons? Paint job looks good. I think the red is a little bit off from the movie, but it could just be my old memory. I haven't watched Iron Man in probably about 6 months, but I remember the red being a little bit deeper. The paint job is good. Gold accents are nice and neat. Symmetrical going all the way down. Check out the boots. You can't forget the buttocks. So I think this hand, I called it a repulsor hand before, but I think this is his flying hand. Even though, yes, he does use his repulsors to fly. But I think that this is sculpted this way specifically for flying poses. Could be wrong. Alright, so what that head do? 360. Great tilt. And when I get something good like this tilt, it doesn't make me happy. It makes me mad that every figure doesn't do this. It's just so unnecessary. Don't cut corners. Give us the articulation. Straightforward gaze. Woo, the get down is real. Look how deep that chin is in his chest. Sorry, not sorry. Awkward. So really good range looking up, but as you saw from the side, that neck is kind of wonky. Wonky from the other side. What in the Shartimus Prime do we have here? This shoulder joint, never seen it before. It is like, yeah, it's like a tiny butterfly joint. Does it move? No, it doesn't really move, so I won't call it a butterfly joint. But it's a little cup. And I'm assuming, yeah, the arm peg is inserted in there. That's very interesting. Haven't seen that one yet. Huh, Hasbro. You can continue to surprise and astound. All right, do we get a 360 out of this new arm? Yeah, and very stiff, intermittent clicks. Wasn't expecting that. Same on the other side. I think can you hear it? That's some loud popping. Good height on the arms. Welcome to the gun show. Double jointed elbows give you crazy range. Not much range going in or out at the shoulders. Now he is sitting on an abdominal rocker. Decent, but not crazy range going forward. He does go a ways back. No movement at the waist. Doesn't turn or bend or rock or swivel or anything. But surprise, he's got the drop hips. He's a G.I. Joe classified figure. Boop. Boop. So with the drop hits, you do get a swivel. It's almost as good as a waist swivel. Complete 90 degrees bending over. Lickety split. Not bad. That'll be better. I'm not only a client, I'm the Rocket president. Woo! Kenny can. Heck yeah. Man, the flexibility on these legs are really surprising. Look at this double jointed knee. Gets him kicking up right above his butt. So of course that makes him an excellent prancer. He can actually make contact with his back and it'll stay there without you holding it. All right, with all that lower body flexibility, I knew there'd be a fail somewhere. He's not moonwalking. He can't get those toes up, and they barely point down. So his head sits on a peg that sits in the body. So Hasbro's trying some really different stuff here. I know the Hot Toys have pegs like this. And I think, is it Mezco? I don't know. But usually more expensive toys have that. So nice to see them trying different things. Peg slides in nice and easy. How's that Tony head look? It's pretty decent. They can get away with a lot because it's mostly covered. But I wouldn't look at it and be like, oh, that's not Iron Man. Or I should say Robert Downey Jr. Does look like him. And I kind of like the unmasked head a lot. Gives it some flavor. Another cool thing about this, the arc reactor in his chest, it looks like it's glowing. It's a really good paint job. Because I keep looking at it on my video monitor and I'm thinking that there's a light shining out of there, but there's not. All right, let's bring some friends to the party. See how he stacks up. We got Mezco Thanos here. Ultimate crossover! Peter, you look different. And that's the select Sam Wilson, so don't think that he's really off scale. Also photo op without a little Kang. I wonder if that long blade gives him flashbacks to Endgame. And why not? And apologies if my sound is really crappy because I haven't checked the edit yet, but I just realized that my mic is not plugged in. So I'm recording directly into my phone mic, which is never good. So again, apologies. I'll try to make sure it doesn't happen next time. All right, so what do you think, guys? The Mark III armor, was it worth the wait? Is this what you wanted? Is this the Iron Man that you've been looking for? Let me know in the comments. Please make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. It really helps the channel. Remember, you can turn on notifications for select things on the channel or everything on the channel. It doesn't make a difference. It all helps out. Make sure to share this with a friend. That also helps the channel grow. It's much appreciated. And thanks for all your support. Hang around for some pictures afterwards. Thanks for checking it out. Till next time, geek out.